And all these are rare plants that are going to be going in. This is a plant that when it's going to bloom, it's going to have a face of a bat in its flower. Seriously. That's for the elderly people. They work this garden. They help cultivate it, take clean of it, and then when it's ripe, they come in and they clean and they pick it and bring themselves home. It creates a nice social mixture of people coming by, and they rotate the crops seasonally, so there's always a continual supply, and it's a very, I think, very nice, natural, social result of that project. This project here is our portion, which is basically to use the area to attract birds and hummingbirds and butterflies and honeybees, and all these plants are native plants of North America, Northern California. So it just brings another variation on the theme, because the people just love walking by here and seeing things grow in a lot that was just a vacant lot and nothing was there. And you see nothing but an endless amount of smiles and conversations start up when people come by and they start talking.
That's great. And do you think this adds something to the food choices in the neighborhood?
Yes. I think it does to those people who have the availability to be here.
Yeah.
They also bring in, another thing too, is they also bring in children from school.
Oh, wow.
And they learn about gardening.
And is it, somebody just shouted, that's a nice garden as they drove past. Thank you.
The market is Sunday and Wednesdays. I'm only out here on Wednesdays.
Ah.
There you go. Especially not with that fresh baked bread of yours. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Good morning.
Made food? You make
Absolutely.
it yourself? Wow.
In fact, the larger percentage of the produce, fruits and vegetables that we use, I get from the markets here.
Wow.
For the farmers. So in terms of quality, I think it's second to none.
Wow.
Because it comes directly from the farmers. That's one of the beauties about the farmers markets is once you understand the farmers and understand what's available, there's no better way to shop.
All kinds of yummy stuff. An hour. And what time of day do you get up to do that?
The question should be, what time of the morning do I get home after I do it? Most of the time I get home between 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning a.m. and rest for a couple hours, hop back up 6 or 7 o'clock and be down at the market between 8 and 9.
Wow.
And then I see your life is good. I work hard at keeping my life simple.
This kind of thing, and it was beer, is called a microbrew. You'd be called a microbread, is that right?
No, I think I would just be called love. Because that which I do, I put a lot of love in, that's all. And then when people get tipsy, they would recognize it even more. The product is good, you know. I mean, got a little buzz from it too, so this way they eat and they look, they think, wow, doggone, it's good.
That's great. Thank you for your time and for talking with me.
We're averaging over 2,600 meals a day, about 2,650 right now.
Holy
meals
cannoli.
per day, and that's just for lunch.
And is that number going up?
It has. We've seen about a 5% increase just in this last year. In the last 3 years, we've had a 15% increase.
Does the Coliseum serve this level? If you were like a cook and you were trying to get your head around this scope,
it's pretty mind-boggling. You know, chefs come in here, and we have chefs from the restaurant world that come in and work all the time. We've had some really high-quality chefs that have worked here, and they are always kind of blown away. You know, even if they do a 200-seat restaurant and they come in here and they go, "We're cooking how much?" You know, like they're just kind of astounded. You know.
Wow. So you guys are a reality show in the making.
Pretty much, yeah.
There really should be a St. Anthony's Confidential
exactly.
competition.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's really amazing.
It's pretty good. but it's kind of a mini Iron Chef every day too, because we don't know what we're getting from Food Bank.
And
so Food Bank, you know, in a restaurant, you set your menu and then you order what you need. We don't have that luxury. We get what we get from Food Bank, and then we create the food from that. So it's really.
And you're rowing the chicken adobe.
Yes, ma'am.
That's amazing. Gallons is that?
60. Yes.
60 gallons.
Yes, ma'am.
And how many of these vats are you working with?
Of the pots?
Yeah.
3 right now.
300?
We're done with 1 already. This is the second one. This is the third one.
Wow. So that's 180 gallons. You said it's kind of like Iron Chef, but it actually isn't, because you also don't know how many people are coming.
Exactly. So we do plan like the entree generally. Most of the items for that we have to purchase. About 50% of the food we use comes from Food Bank. 25% is donated, and we only purchase 25% of the food. So the food cost for our entire tray of food is 44 cents a tray, which is pretty amazing.
That's cost effective.
What that means for us is we need big, large quantities of things. We use 50-pound bags of rice. We serve between 8,000 and 9,000 pounds of food a day. We try to keep that line going. I don't like for people to have to wait very long. So.
And if somebody wanted to help out with this amazing service,
you can go to www.santhonysf.org, and it has on there how to volunteer. You can donate, whatever you need to do.
okay.
It's alright. It's like the shelter. The shelter was okay too. You know, being alive is okay.
So if somebody wants to do something to help Larkin Street with its amazing work, and no, you guys have not paid me to say that. I'm not on your board. Got nothing, not even a free pen or a mug. How does somebody help?
How does somebody help? Somebody can help by volunteering. Somebody can help by giving us money. Somebody can help by doing a gift drive around the holidays, or by sending us donations, and they can go on the website at www.larkinstreetyouth.org for lots of ideas about how they can help or get involved.
It's been cold. Yeah. It's been shameful. I've been very embarrassed, you know, but I'm gonna get through it.
Yeah, you are.
La Casa's mission is to provide 24-hour-a-day support to survivors of domestic violence, and we do that through a 24-hour crisis line for adults and another line for teens. And then we have an emergency shelter program that's an up to 2-month program for survivors who need to leave an unsafe situation and who would most often otherwise be homeless.
So we know that the more adverse events they're exposed to as a child, the more likely they are to be homeless later.
So you guys are not just academic geeks who are ruthlessly pragmatic, you're also hopeful. What an amazing trio. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
Anything else I'd like to say?
Yeah.
Peace and joy to the world, happiness and tranquility.